Hey, this is Big Girl Diary. I got a strange one. Not a strange. Uh, this is wild. This is truly wild. Now, this is another Me Too. And this one is really out there. And before, some people may say, hey, BGD, you're anti woman. No, I am a woman. I wouldn't be anti me. No. I just know to the lengths to what some women would do, go to, whatever it may be. I mean, just look at Brickface. She made a big lie down there in Florida, not Florida, Texas, saying that a man hit her in the face with a brick, and now she's being charged with fraud by theft by deception. Then you got Amber Heard. I keep on bringing her up because she keeps on doing wild stuff. Evan Rachel Wood is beyond delusional in my opinion, but if you look at the court cases, that right there would, back up what I'm saying. Now we have Janelle. Janelle Grant is a 43-year-old former employee of WWE. Now, how she got this job is quite interesting. Before I get into it, I gotta stop and think. Did Vince and Linda McMahon get a divorce? I mean, I'm. Whew. This is wild. I don't know if you got a divorce or not, but let me show you this article because it made me stop and say, let me talk about this. I don't know how many people are talking about it, but let me talk about it. Check this out. I mean, okay. And then I'm going to get back to Linda and Vince McMahon to see if they got a divorce. Let's see what's in here. Okay. All right. And please stick with me. This is interesting. All right. Former WWE employee files Mex abuse lawsuit against the company and Vince McMahon. Now, what I find interesting is filing a civil suit, but it seems like that no one wants to do the criminal part. How many people are talking about it, but let me talk about it. Check this out. I mean, okay. And then I'm going to get back to Linda and Vince McMahon to see if they got a divorce. Let's see what's in here. Okay. All right. And please stick with me. This is interesting. All right. Former WWE employee files Mex abuse lawsuit against the company and Vince McMahon. Now, what I find interesting is filing a civil suit, but it seems like that no one wants to do the criminal part. And that's where I have a problem with. You're not want to stop him from doing this by saying, I want to sue you criminally because what you did was wrong and I don't want you to do it to anyone else. But you're going to say, no, I'm not going to do it criminally. I'm going to do it civilly and I'm going to sue you and I'm going to make sure that you pay by you giving me money. That's how you're going to be punished. Now, most insurance companies have insurance to where the insurance company will pay the lawsuit. So no matter what, he's not going to learn a thing if that is the main goal. But I digress. All right, here. All right. Okay, a former WWE employee files for a federal lawsuit. I already said that. Okay, wait a minute. A former WWE employee files for a federal lawsuit Thursday accusing executive Vince McMahon and other former executives of serious sexual misconduct, including offering her to a star wrestler for Mex. Okay. this is where I find it interesting because she is an employee and he's saying, "Hey, you go have mechs with that guy over there." Then you got to stop and ask yourself, is that in my job description? What did I apply for and what did I accept as employment? All right. The graphic of the 67-page suit from Janet Grant, who works for the company's legal and talent department, also includes allegations that McMahon is now 78, forced her into a sexual relationship in order for her to get and keep a job, and passed around uh, pornographical pictures, the algorithm, and videos of her to other men, including with WWE employees. um, so Vince McMahon forced her into a relationship in order for her to have the job, to get the job, and to maintain the job because she's in the legal department and also in the talent department. And I guess maybe by her, she's out there trying to get the talent. I don't know. But he's passing her around and she's doing it. This is a hard one. Okay, McMahon steps down as CEO in 2022 amid the investigation into the allegations that matched those in a lawsuit which was filed in the U.S. District Court in Connecticut, where um, WWE is based. Grant also names other names as a defendant in the lawsuit. The WWE John Laurinaitis, I don't know if that's how you pronounce the name, the company's former head of talent and relations and general manager. So it just seems like that Vince McMahon hires all of these degenerates and and not even worried about whether if there's going to be lawsuits coming left and right. Now, it's this one is hard. just you'll see what I. Okay, the AP typically does not name the accuser in sexual assault cases, but Grant's representative said she wished to go public. Okay, as Grant hopes that the lawsuit will prove that other women from being victimized, her attorney, Ann Collis, said in a statement that the representatives are well aware of Mr. McMahon's history of depraved behavior and it's time to take responsibility for the misconduct of its leadership. The WWE parent company TKO Group issued a statement stating that it takes the allegations seriously. Now, I thought I had no idea that WWE had a parent company over it, and and from the article, okay, you'll see what I'm talking about because Vince McMahon is not only in WWE, he spends more time with that, but TKO is a parent company, which, okay, let me just. Okay. McMahon does not control TKO does, but he does oversee the day-to-day operations of WWE. TKO is a parent group, or TKO group said in a statement, while this matters predates our TKO executive team tenure at the company, we take Miss Grant's horrific allegations very seriously and are addressing these matters internally. Emails and social media messages seeking comments were also left for McMahon and Laurinaitis. According to the lawsuit, McMahon lives in the same building as Grant in 2019, offered her a job, a WWE offered to get her a job at WWE after her parents died. Now, this is what I thought. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait. Let's back it up here. Back it up. Vince McMahon is living in a building which she lives in. Now, is him and Linda McMahon still together? Do they live their own separate lives? Does she do what she wants to do? Does he do what he wants to do? But to live in a building and him being a billionaire and very noticeable, it's. Does she have money herself? And does she need a job that bad? I mean, it just. Let me continue with it. It's strange. She alleges that he eventually made it clear that one of the requirements for the job was a physical relationship with him and later with Laurinaitis and others. Over the next few years, McMahon lavished her with gifts including luxury cars and the suit says. These luxury cars, and if she was that badly, okay, I know I'm going to sound insensitive. I know I am. But if she was being abused, why accept these gifts? Pass them away. No. But let's go back to the story. Okay. It also alleges that McMahon offered her. It also alleges that McMahon offered one of the star wrestlers a person not named in the suit with Mex with Grant as a perks in 2021. Now, why was this person's name not named in a lawsuit? That person will be able to corroborate. WWE benefited financially from the commercial Met Act venture orchestrated by McMahon, including by having wrestling talent such as WWE superstars sign new contracts with WWE after McMahon presented plaintiff as a mexual commodity excuse me, for their use, the lawsuit states. Okay. Oh my gosh. Again, she's an employee. She can back out and say no. Now, okay, I'm not going to say anything. Oh. Grant is seeking an unspecified monetary damages and to have the court void a $3 million non-disclosure agreement, of which she alleges she received only $1 million. Now, okay. This is interesting. She signed a non-disclosure agreement to be an employee. Why would you sign a contract unless if you're talking about you having a relationship with Vince McMahon and then he had you sign a non-disclosure agreement and you signed it for 3 million, but you're complaining I only got 1 million. Yo, Vince, I only got 1 million, 3 million. I wouldn't even be suing you if you were to break me off more money. I'm just alleging. McMahon was the leader and and the most recognizable face at WWE for decades, which is very true. When he purchased what was then the World Wrestling Federation, which I do remember, from his father and back in 1982, the wrestling matches took place in a small venue and appeared to be in a local channel. I remember that. I remember back in 1982, watching the British Bulldogs, Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant. Then you had the British Bulldogs, Barry Windham. I mean, the list goes on. And yes, it was small. But when Vince McMahon got in there and then later brought his children, it went, oh my goodness. My husband, I, and our children when we were young went to a WWE match. Back at that time, it was WWF. It was magnificent. It, I just, it. I still have no words. That's how fabulous it was. It was really great. Now, let's see what else she has to say. Okay, the matches were held in the professional sports stadiums. Well, now. And the organization has a sizable, oversized following. Yes, it does. The WWE merged last April with a company that runs Ultimate Fighting Champion to create a 21.4 billion sports management company called TKO Group Holding, and McMahon serves as the group's executive chairman of the board. Okay. Now, okay. I'm trying to make some sense out of this. He lived in her same building. Her parents die. He offers her a job. Now, why wasn't she work? Oh, and plus she's 43. She's 43 years old and all of this happens and she says, I don't want anybody to be a victim. Now, okay, why did you sign a non-disclosure agreement not only to work there, but if he said to you, in order to have a job with me, you must be in a relationship with me in order to have a job. And it must be physical for you to maintain the job. Now, if you're living in the same building with Vince McMahon, you got money if this is all true. So I'm just going to say allegedly if this is all true, what you're saying or what she's saying is all true. It just, I'm having a hard time with it. I really am. Now, is Vince McMahon a good person? I don't know, but his former employee, China, she's a former WWE star. What was her name? Joan, I can't remember. Lowry? Something along those lines. And he wouldn't let her take her name China. He owned that. So he's a good businessman. So then she went to court and legally changed her name to China. Like, screw you, Vince. And she made a statement. I don't know why I remember this, but she said in an interview, she said, my boss, if I can just take my leg and rack him in the bell area, just the bing, where. That's a strange statement to make. Now, Vince may be a terrible person. And everything, what she's saying, I don't know if there's any truth to it or not. I don't know. By him being the boss of WWE and sitting on the board of TKO and having this type of behavior, which can lead to lawsuits, which it did. But I look at Harvey Weinstein. I believe there might be some truth to P. Diddy. I may have been wrong about Cassie Ventura. I possibly was wrong about that with all this new information coming out. So, what I'm going to do is watch this story and see what else happens. But within that, what do you think? Please like, subscribe, and leave a message. And if you really want to help me out, please donate. Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo, Big Girl Diary. And I want to thank you for stopping by.